mysteries that unfolded before her. Bound by a dream and entrusted with a solemn duty,
you, my dear, are the chosen one, the bearer of the sacred duty to regulate the fragile threads of the timeline.
she embarked on a path that would shape her destiny. Through years of mastery and the harnessing of arcane powers, she crossed thresholds into realms unseen, where the arcane danced with the mundane. There, amidst the unfamiliar terrain, she encountered a wizard whose motives remained veiled in mystery. Wary yet undaunted, she ventured forth, for within the depths of uncertainty lay the key to safeguarding the fragile balance of time itself.
Okay. Original?
In the year 2047, amidst the shifting tides of investigative work, there emerged a figure shrouded in enigma, with strands of hair as white as winter's frost and eyes ablaze with the secrets of the universe. She ventured forth into the labyrinth of mysteries that unfolded before her. Bound by a dream and entrusted with a solemn duty,
You, my dear, are the chosen one, the bearer of the sacred duty to regulate the fragile threads of the timeline.
she awakened one fateful morning to find a mysterious crystal ball resting at the foot of her bed. Through years of mastery and the harnessing of the arcane timekeeping powers of the crystal ball, she delved into the depths of history, unraveling the mysteries of hauntings that plagued the past. But it was during her investigation of a haunting in a decrepit Victorian house that her path took an unforeseen turn. She crossed thresholds into realms unseen, where the arcane danced with the mundane. There, amidst the unfamiliar terrain, she encountered a wizard whose motives remained veiled in mystery. Wary yet undaunted, she ventured forth, for she knew that within the depths of this strange land lay the answers she sought and the key to safeguarding the delicate balance of time itself.
Your pacing is a lot better in your second one, as far as like how things show up. I really liked, my favorite scene was when you showed the wizard on the top of the hill, and then your character walking, and it looks like the hill that the wizard is on is in the background. So you did that really well too.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I love the interior shot you
Thank
have
you.
of the decaying space.
Thank you.
Beautifully crafted. You looked at it. Are there areas that you go like,
There was a lot, I had a lot more trouble with getting the shots for the second one than I had for the first one. The first one was comprised of a lot of shots that only took one try to get. And the second one, her hands would look weird. She would be cross-eyed, and I'm like, that is so ugly. It took me so long. I had to make a different account just to get like more seconds. And I kind of obviously it's only a minute 22 seconds. There's more I could add to it, but that would be like a lot of changing at the beginning. So next time we do that, that's probably what I'll add. But I think I like the music in it a lot more this
Oh,
time.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
In the
Yeah.
opening, you've got 4 to 5 seconds of black,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and you're talking about 2047. If there was a shot that established
Yeah.
Okay.
where you were,
Yeah.
I
For
think you
sure.
could utilize that time
For sure.
and a little better in a title and an end shot. Even a title shot incorporating that 2047 concept somehow
For sure.
would give you something visually so that it would tie in and
Yeah.
introduce
It's
your story.
very polished.
Yeah.
It
Thank you.
feels very polished.
Thank you.
With the haunting part, was that like something you added in secondly, or was that an idea you had in the beginning?
It's always been a part of the original story.
Okay.
It did not fit into the first video.
Okay.
Under
Well,
the minute time limit.
Yeah, it did. The way you incorporated it did make it feel like it just like slid in, so it went really well. Yeah.
That's a part that of the story that just didn't fit the video in the first part. So I thought the second part with more time, I could expand
Cool.
more into that.
Yeah.
And it's not the full story of it, but
Nice.
the abridged version.
That's the trailer. Say it like
Yeah,
that.
for
Yeah.
sure.
Cool.
All right.
Any other comments? No?
All right, it's mine. Okay, now you can comment.
the original or the first one, the second one.
Yeah, sorry.
No, you're good.
Okay.
In the vibrant tapestry of an unstable magical world, where the boundaries of reality and fantasy blur, Lorelei, a balance keeper and researcher, travels through this unpredictable land, trapping its wonders within crystalline orbs. She harnesses these orbs to protect this precious ecosystem from magical surges and dangerous creatures. One day, within an ancient grove where magical energies converged, Lorelei orchestrated a ceremony, intending to seal the grove's power in another orb to protect the reality from succumbing to its own overwhelming magic. But unknown forces intervene. As a portal materializes, Lorelei, propelled by destiny, steps through. As she emerges on the other side, a wizard awaits, and despite this unexpected twist of fate, Lorelei responds with reverence and intrigue. The meeting of these two magical beings sets the stage for a journey into uncharted realms of mystical understanding.
She's magical. She's got mood ring hair. That doesn't bother me. Or the short and the long over time. Yeah, so that doesn't bother me. But that's part of her magical is her mood ring hair.
Well, I actually did want it to change color depending on what orb she was using, but I think I could have explained that better. And
Wait, was the first?
That was the first
That was
version
the
of it.
first,
Yeah.
So here's
Yeah.
the second one.
there's a lot I still want to go back and change.
In the vibrant tapestry of an unstable magical world, where the boundaries of reality and fantasy blur, Lorelei, a balance keeper and researcher, travels through this unpredictable land, trapping its wonders within crystalline orbs. She harnesses these orbs to protect this precious ecosystem from magical surges and dangerous creatures.
There's that smoke.
One
You didn't
day,
mean to do
within an
that.
ancient grove where magical energies
Okay.
converge,
It just happened.
Lorelei orchestrated a ceremony, intending to seal the grove's power in another orb to protect the reality from succumbing to its own overwhelming magic. But unknown forces intervene. As a portal materializes, Lorelei, propelled by destiny, steps through. As she emerges on the other side, a wizard awaits, and despite this unexpected twist of fate, Lorelei responds with reverence and intrigue. The meeting of these two magical beings sets the stage for a journey into uncharted realms of mystical understanding.
I liked how you fixed that one image that had the Imagine Art thing at the end. You got that off. That's good. The only thing I don't like is that flat image of where Lorelei and the wizard are facing each other. The only reason I say that is because it looks too much like those fantasy things you buy at thrift stores or stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it's out of everything, it's the only thing that's completely flat, and everything else is
Yeah.
3-dimensional, and that's flat and all. But other than that, that's the only thing I would say.
One of the things that I'm wondering is, I think it's that same image where it's the only image where Lorelei has wings.
Mhm.
Is that the image?
It
I think so, yeah,
was
yeah.
supposed to not be wings. It was supposed
Well,
to be her
hold on,
emerging,
because I've
but
got
yeah.
I think I have a visual rationale for that. It's you. I understood that she went through the portal. One of the things you said is that the changing her has to do with the orb, and I'm wondering if somehow that orb, if it changes her. I don't have a problem with her going through the portal and all of a sudden changing and
Yeah.
having wings. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
so throughout you have this character that's kind of changing hair and color. I think all you need is an orb that's there that sort of corresponds with it, so that it changes her, it metamorphosizes
Yeah.
her, and then it becomes, because the story is about the orb, right?
Yeah.
Why not just include the orb as part of that, and so it just kind of helps justify her different types of looks
Yeah.
without having somebody say, but I didn't understand who that other character was with the, colored hair, or the character with it.
Yeah.
It's this whole transitioning that she's doing because of the orb that's changing her.
Yeah.
for whatever scene, whatever, whatever place she's at.
Yeah, and it's even like if she's holding a fire orb, her dress turns into a fire dress, or something like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
like, or if she holds like a water one, she turns into a mermaid, things like that. So like you can even, like he's saying, you can even say like, oh, that's an insect orb or something like that, or something that gave her wings and stuff. So yeah.
You if you choose to do that, you might want to sort of tweak your script to say that the orb changes her, depending on whatever it does, but to make the focus on the orb.
I've been really struggling to get it to give me what specifically with like orbs. It just hates giving me orbs. And so I don't know how to get the right shot that includes the orb and the specific orb and the specific, you know what I mean? Like I just
Have you tried
cannot.
using different prompts like crystal ball, bowling balls? Do you see what I'm saying? Glass balls.
Okay.
Don't say orb specifically. Snow globes.
Yeah.
Right.
Just
Yeah.
yeah.
You can even say like crystal ball reflecting like whatever magic. Say you want to use like fire, just for an example, you say crystal ball reflecting fire embers or
Yeah.
something like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
As someone who has to deal with many crystal balls in many of my shots, crystal
Yeah.
ball definitely works.
Okay. Thank you.
I think it's a matter of just changing your prompt.
Okay.
Yeah.
For sure. Thank you.
This is Joey.
Yeah.
He's not
Do
here.
we want to go over it since he's not here, or?
Let's keep going. Well, actually, we're recording.
Yeah, we
so,
are.
Okay.
First version.
And since he's not here, we could really rip it to shreds.
I think that's the old one again.
Did I do it again?
After a few seconds of just clicking, your mind goes like into autopilot.
In the enchanting realm of a Monopoly game board, where strategic gameplay reigns supreme, all has been calm for millennia. That is until one day the fate of the realm shifted. One day, a magical portal materialized, disrupting the ordinary routine. Suddenly the air blew cool and the wind shifted. The wizard, who has ruled the realm for so long, was eager to meet whatever it is this portal brought. Emerging from the portal, an armored savior on horseback prepared to save the realm. The savior approaches the welcoming wizard. Surprised by his silence, the wizard says, "You have been chosen for a special quest within the Monopoly realm. Our land has been tormented for far too long." The savior, with a mix of curiosity and caution, accepts the challenge. The character and the wizard embark on a fantastical journey across the Monopoly realm.
So we went back and looked at all y'all's PowerPoints, and when we did, like, we saw why Joey did like more of a medieval thing, because he had a medieval prompt as one of his prompts. So that isn't necessarily as bad because it was in his original, but something we did talk about was that he focused too much on the game attribute of it. And y'all heard him say Monopoly 3 times, and so that would be a big point where I would ask him to go back in and change some things, because like, one reason is Monopoly is a big company, you can get sued, but another reason is it needs to be more separated from that game so it can be his original idea,
As a matter of fact, I agree. I also think I love the imagery of the pieces playing on some sort of game boards. I love the reference of the there's one where it's got like kanji, figure. And which is sort of in the style of Monopoly, but it's not Monopoly.
Yeah.
At this point, I don't really connect the colorful Candyland type community shot that he has with the other imagery that he has, that I think is a lot more interesting. There's a shot in there where one of the horses is moving and the leg is being disconnected. I love that. That is just so freaky.
Yeah.
But it's something like that it adds to it. So rich, and that while I love, that whole color palette and what he's doing, I think of it more as Mary's sort of genre of where she's going with the color palette, not necessarily the village itself. but I don't see it connecting with the meat of what he's showing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And even Mary, you're a good example of how you use an already existing board game, because like you could make the argument that yours is just another Candyland, but you haven't referred to Candyland in yours, and you don't ever refer to it directly, and even like the rules, the way your world is set up is different from the game. So like that, in that instance, yours is okay. But like since this one uses the actual name and is trying to like force his characters within that game's realm, that's where it's wrong, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think at this stage for him, it's okay to now drop Monopoly, but to transition into a Monopoly-esque concept.
Yeah.
As opposed to literally, reference it.
Yeah.
And try to emulate it.
I like how the portal looks like a game piece.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it fits.
Absolutely.
And the fact that the horse comes up and the legs are sort of leaving, it's changing from a static piece and it's breaking loose.
Yeah.
Yes.
True.
And it's beginning to take on a life of its own that's based on a concept that does exist, but it's becoming really, really interesting property.
Yeah, and Joey's 5-legged horse that you see there, that's his original character, had a 5-legged horse.
Oh.
So he's carrying that into this from his stage 2, Quest 2 PowerPoint.
And it's not just like a mess up that the image generator did. Yeah.
You could justify it looking at when we look at the static.
And
image.
since he's not here, I'm actually hoping that he will be watching this, but I want to go on record by saying, I think Joey underestimates what he can do, and I really wish that he would put more time and effort into this, because he's getting some real gold here. And I wish he were participating more, because this stuff is really great.
From a world beyond time and space, a lone warrior named Maximus Aurelius Infernus finds himself thrust into the heart of ancient Rome through a portal guided by arcane forces. The air resonates with the clash of swords, and Maximus, adorned in resplendent, blood-stained attire, faces the formidable Roman army in a gripping struggle for survival. Amidst the chaos, a mysterious wizard emerges, weaving the threads of fate and guiding Maximus through the complexities of both worlds. Together, they navigate the ancient Roman battleground, where Maximus's indomitable spirit clashes against the relentless might of the Roman army, leaving an indelible mark on the annals of history and the realms beyond. From a world beyond time and space, a lone warrior named Maximus Aurelius Infernus finds himself thrust into the heart of ancient Rome through a portal guided by arcane forces. The air resonates with the clash of swords, and Maximus, adorned in resplendent, blood-stained attire, faces the formidable Roman army in a gripping struggle for survival. Amidst the chaos, a mysterious wizard emerges, weaving the threads of fate and guiding Maximus through the complexities of both worlds. Together, they navigate the ancient Roman battleground, where Maximus's indomitable spirit clashes against the relentless might of the Roman army, leaving an indelible mark on the annals of history and the realms beyond. Maximus and the wizard are tasked with a quest to right wrongs and restore order across ancient realms and time.
What is that in the last 10 seconds that things drop? Did you notice that?
What do you mean?
Can we?
Sure.
Maximus and the wizard are tasked with
Actually,
a
go
quest
back
to right
again, a
wrongs
little
and
further
restore
back.
order across. Maximus and the wizard are tasked with a quest to right wrongs and restore order across
across ancient realms and time.
I feel like this is very muddy.
I see what you're just like. Are you saying the audio is like kind of louder than the voice, and the voice will pick up, the audio will go down?
The relentless might of the Roman army,
Did you hear that
leaving an
command?
indelible mark on the annals of history and the realms beyond.
I'm listening to the narrator. Jump all the way to the back again.
It's becoming.
This
Maximus and the wizard are tasked with a quest to right wrongs and restore
This
order
is
across
very
ancient
monotone.
realms and time.
it doesn't have the power that the narrative power that you're beginning with. It feels like it goes like this, the narration. And I think it has more to do with there's no projection in it. I don't know how to fix that. I'm just saying, because when I hit that, and this is like the third time I'm seeing this, when I hit that point, I go like what?
Yeah.
I don't hear it.
Is it just the music? You're saying the music's too loud?
Might be.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
But the narrator goes down.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's getting softer just in that last little bit.
Yeah. It's
Either that or the narrator goes down, the music goes up, and it becomes like this.
Okay. I'll check the Canva thing because I know like there's that feature where you can make the audio do this.
I was about to say, it's probably that you
done
might
that.
accidentally click the voice instead of the music and it died down the voice,
Mhm.
or it could be that you something as simple as you need to take the music down, take the voice up, or vice versa, take the voice
I
up.
noticed that just now also.
Yeah.
It was like it didn't sound like that in
Yeah, I see what
when
you're
I looked
saying.
on the computer. Like it's because it's very loud.
Yeah.
It's more loud here. I can hear it better. But yeah. Okay.
Cool.
That's probably what it is.
And I got a suggestion. When you have the portal, you go narrative and then a wizard appears. I think it would flow a little better if the wizard appeared at the portal.
Mhm.
And then you go back and then the wizard, you bring the wizard back in, because just so that the wizard comes out of the portal type thing, just as a little bit of a flow.
Yeah.
On there.
Love
that first image.
Yeah, I was about to say, we like that you went back in and generated new images and put new, because like, for example, your gold horse guy falling down wasn't in this one.
Was part of the horse.
Yeah. So that's awesome that you went back in and you didn't only try to repurpose what you already had, you just invited new stuff into it. So yeah.
I think it's very cinematic. I have some questions for you though. Maximus Aurelius, is that also the name of the gladiator from Gladiator?
No, that's
Maximus.
I got it from that. It's Maximus.
Doesn't matter.
His first name is Maximus, but
It
that's
is.
not his.
It's not
Aurelius
Aurelius.
is from
It's a lot of us.
Marcus Aurelius.
Okay.
I took 3 different
Got it.
characters.
Question I have for you is, did you ever see the movie 300?
Yes.
You did. Okay. There's a scene in there. There's an area where you say it's bloody war, and and immediately it's the one thing about 300 that I hated. Was that they were in these bloody wars and blood was being split, but none of it was on them.
Yeah.
And I don't know, what kind of person you are, but I could see a blood-soaked, war-torn, burnt, created. I mean, really take it to that edge, because it feels very antiseptic.
Like take violence to the.
I don't even know if it's like you have to show the decapitation violence, but like if you're gonna say that this is a bloody war, do what they didn't do in 300.
It's even like, think about historically, like that culture was very bloody. They're literally where the idea of colonization comes from and stuff. So so if you show some of the aspects of them taking over stuff, like he said, have a city in there that's being burnt down and like people coming out of it.
You're already implying it with where he's walking and there's this smoke that's on the ground.
Yep.
It's like clearly there has been a lot of blood, blood and activity and warring. I just don't see it in their outfits. I see them as just coming back from, wardrobe and the cleaners.
That was like part of the reason why I guess I put them in white clothes is because I figured that would be easier to see the blood on. But then for some reason, prompt after prompt, it wouldn't show up. The only one that where it mentions having blood-stained tire or whatever, it showed it.
Okay,
That's
gotcha.
what I mean.
And not even
In the
enough.
midst of
I
magic-
can use prompts that are like, soak it in blood.
And let me say this too, the AI prompt generator does have like a censorship thing. So it is possible that it won't let you go to a certain amount of blood or like showing certain things and stuff like that.
Really?
Yeah.
It wouldn't
Well,
let
it
me
could be
show
like
a
you
murder.
said, with, instead of saying,
Really?
Yeah.
like snow globe, I could say covered in, tomato juice, and then that would.
Yeah, that might be
Yeah.
work. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Medieval European
Like that.
warfare. One wizard's journey takes an unexpected turn. His ordinary world is disrupted by an ancient portal connecting all worlds. Confronted by these magical beings, our wizard embarks on a journey beyond the familiar battlegrounds. Navigating unexpected alliances and clashes of ideologies, he discovers that his role extends far beyond the conflicts of the familiar battlefields. The convergence of these champions marks a pivotal moment, challenging preconceptions and propelling the wizard into a grander tapestry of existence. A multiversal adventure unfolds, transcending time and space.
Was that the first one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, gotcha.
Thank you all for keeping me up to which one's which.
In the midst of medieval European warfare, one wizard's journey takes an unexpected turn. His ordinary world is disrupted by an ancient portal connecting all worlds. Confronted by these magical beings, our wizard embarks on a journey beyond the familiar battlegrounds. Navigating unexpected alliances and clashes of ideologies, he discovers that his role extends far beyond the conflicts of the familiar battlefields. The convergence of these champions marks a pivotal moment, challenging preconceptions and propelling the wizard into a grander tapestry of existence. A multiversal adventure unfolds, transcending time and space.
So, the font and all, I'm a little nitpicky about that kind of stuff because, like, I would say, like, as soon as I watched the beginning of your video and I saw it, I was like, look, that doesn't fit and all. And it's because it has more of like a street style to it. So I would say, like, street style in the sense of graffiti, like, it would probably work in the Tokyo or Seoul thing. But for this, I would try to use a font that has more of a fantasy type feel if you can and all. Something less clean, something a little bit more rugged, something a little bit more like that and all.
And easier to read.
Mhm.
And Gavin, I think this is phenomenal. I
Mhm.
think, I mean, it's cinematic. It's got real power to it, but I want to be especially hard on you because I want to push it even further. Can we go to the middle part where the wizard is walking on the bridge? The one where he's floating?
No, the one where he like raises his hand.
This is the
In the
image.
midst of medieval European warfare,
I don't think
one
it's
wizard's
pretty. I
journey
don't think it
takes an
fits either.
unexpected
Okay.
turn.
Everything else is so
Yeah.
real. I mean,
Mhm.
the cinematic
Yeah.
Yeah.
and the cartoon.
His ordinary
Yeah.
world is
I
disrupted
expect
by an
something
ancient
totally
portal
different.
connecting all worlds.
Yeah.
But,
Are you talking about the first image?
Yeah, the very-
first
yeah.
image
That's
of
just
the
one
wizard.
generated from.
Confronted by these
I
magical
would just
beings,
take that
two different
out.
our
AI
wizard
uh,
embarks on a journey
Take
beyond
that
the
out because
familiar
you've got that guy
battlegrounds.
standing, the wizard standing on the.
Navigating
Just start with
unexpected
him.
alliances and
Okay.
clashes of ideologies, he discovers that his role extends far beyond the conflicts of the familiar battlefields.
It's
The
coming right after
convergence
this, I
of
think.
these champions marks a pivotal moment, challenging preconceptions and propelling the wizard
That
Get
into
ready
a
to
grand-
stop it. Okay, this scene here. Now he's walking and notice the lighting on him. Let's move forward.
and a
The
tapestry
hand,
of existence.
stop there. This part, I think you're missing a moment where the light becomes totally, the light is consuming. And I feel like it's this part where we could even drop in so much light that it goes to white and then it transitions to the next stage. So it's almost like this, and can we go back to the beginning of his walking? No, not to the very beginning, to him walking Right, and play it, watch this,
Propelling the
Gavin.
wizard into a
There.
land of
So he's in the dark, he's working himself into the light, and then we just transition, and I think it's gonna hit an apex where that light just floods him,
Yeah.
from above, and it becomes like this, this very spiritual thing, and then we go to your cut to the next scene.
And that can literally be done by adding like a blank white slide in your Canva and then do a dissolve into the next image and all. So yeah.
Yeah, that's at 53 seconds.
Could you get the AI generator to take this clip and create the clip?
Yeah, 1000%. Because he could go in there and extend it, like put it in the image generator. Like on Runway, you can put videos in it, and then he could write, like make his hand make a flash of light, and it will do it. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, it's called video to video and video generations. Yeah.
You good with that?
Only other thing I would say, like the color. The reason this threw me off was that color, even though it matches the color in everything else, it's so flat that it doesn't match. Does that make sense?
Background or
The background and all. So I would say instead of doing this, just go ahead and say shimmering light in blue landscape or whatever, and just go ahead and make that in an AI image instead of just using a pre-made one, and you'll probably get it closer to the way your character
Either
looks.
that or like again a landscape shot
Yeah.
of
That
a
first with the
lake
wizard.
glistening or something.
Yeah.
Something just very characteristic of the majority of the images that you're showing, which is why the very first image you're showing, which was your original character, we got it. It's like you've evolved out of that, and I think it's okay to kind of drop that to bring in what you've been working on.
And it was good. Is the only reason I don't like this because like I was so into your story, then this pulls me right back out when I see this slide and all. But yeah.
What about the original wizard on the mountain? The opening wizard shot, just shooting it again and having it here.
Is it the one where
as
he's
the ending shot?
Is the one where he's walking sideways or?
No, come on.
It's fighting
I love
us.
this. There we go.
Love the doors. See, and you're doing the white. You're doing the
In the
saturation.
midst of
the white.
medieval European warfare,
This one, just
Oh, yeah.
ending with this.
Yeah,
Do the
to be continued.
continued on a there, so that
Yeah.
you're getting the before and
And conceptually, that just makes us as viewers look at it like, okay, this is a wide world. There's a lot to
Yeah.
explore. There's more going on. Yeah.
Yep. And it becomes much more. There's much more continuity with your landscapes and with your the buildings and the people and the
one
storyline.
wizard's journey takes.
yeah, it's beautiful. I mean,
Yeah.
some of these shots,
Incredible.
and I sort of like that it's all from the back. So much of it is from the
So
back.
I didn't realize he was floating. Talk to me about why he's floating.
He just did that. Yeah, that's just one of the images I got, and I was like, well, it doesn't look too bad, and yeah, I could,
Okay.
I
I will-
decided I could get away with it.
I will even
You
say,
got away with it. I
yeah.
didn't realize it. It was
When-
brought up.
When I do image generations of walking, it always makes my people float for some
Really?
reason. Yeah. But
Probably
Frank.
doing happy thoughts. He's got his happy thoughts. And Ree is not, Ree is not here either.
A lavish Italian villa with elegant decor and soft candlelight illuminating the opulent ballroom. Isabella Rossi, a statuesque Italian beauty, stands before a mirror, adjusting her mask and gown with meticulous care.
But as I step into the grandeur of the ballroom, I am met with an unexpected twist of fate. Accused of a shocking murder, I am forced to navigate a web of deception and intrigue, determined to uncover the truth and clear my name. Yet, amidst the glitz and glamour, I am reminded that enemies lurk in the shadows, envious of my strength and independence. Now I must confront the possibility that one of them may be orchestrating the accusations against me, turning the masquerade ball into a battleground for my innocence and survival. For in this world of masks and mysteries, only the truth will set me free.
statuesque Italian beauty stands before a mirror, adjusting her mask and gown with meticulous care.
But as I step into the grandeur of the ballroom, I am met with an unexpected twist of fate. Accused of a shocking murder, I am forced to navigate a web of deception and intrigue, determined to uncover the truth and clear my name.
The woman retreating to the bathroom, the anticipation of the evening palpable in the air. Suddenly, a rift in reality appears before her, revealing a shimmering portal and the ghostly figure of a wizard within. In a world where reality and the supernatural collide, one woman embarks on a journey of discovery that will forever change her destiny.
For in this world of masks and mysteries, only the truth will set me free.
In the beginning, she needs to take down her audio because the audio overdoes the narration and all. And I was also going to say, just between switching between the male and female narrator, it rather needs to be one complete narrator, or there needs to be a slight pause between them, because it kept on. The guy would say, like, in this place, and then she right after he said that, the female would come up and say her narration, like, almost at the same time and all. But yeah,
I don't understand the repetition of the green room.
I noticed that too, even in the bathroom one and all, where where she was walking and it just like it walked a little bit, replayed, and just walked a little bit and just did the same scene. Yeah.
That confused me. It felt like a glitch, as well as that environment. I don't think it went at all with the flavor, the Italian flavor of the palazzo, and it doesn't work stylistically. But I love the idea of some kind of, Italian Renaissance, kind of beautiful decay. I just wish I could see more of that.
Yeah.
And, I keep asking for, images of Venice. But it's other references could be like Fellini, high fashion, Italian design, which is where Fellini comes from. I don't think that she's really pushing this far enough. I think she could really go to town with this. And there's just, I feel like we're sort of trying to put scraps together, and it's just not stretching it. It's not making it.
And there was an image that we saw Monday that we liked and said, wow, that would be really fit into
I think it was
presentation.
I think it's in Amanda's.
Inside, very glamorous.
Very gold.
Very gold.
I think it was in Amanda's. Didn't you have like a really glamorous shot with gold where the girl and the wizard were walking into the portal together?
Or
No?
this was just
No. This was the
Lego
dwelling.
Oh, got you. Okay, my bad. I'm sorry.
That was Joey's?
Okay, got you.
Yeah. All right.
But yeah, even like you were saying that, like Italy is known for so many great architectural things that like it would be cool to see an architectural portal or something like that.
And even the game Lara Croft did that with the whole Venice interior, and it was so great because it's like underground, and I mean just so beautiful.
I don't see my original video up there, by the way.
There it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, I don't see Clea either.
Okay. Was it?
Is it in the those
It's in the resubmission though.
Okay, we'll look. Yeah, it's in the resubmission, but let's see.
Yeah. So you're saying her second video is up there in the resubmission one, but her first video isn't.
Okay. We'll go back and find it.
Meet our protagonist, a woman in early 2000s fashion, navigating the bustling streets of Seoul on her sleek black motorcycle. She races towards the grand opening of her sushi bar, a vision of elegance adorned with pink cherry blossoms and gold treasures. Determination etched on her face as she speeds through the city, blending cultural elements and style. Suddenly, a portal materializes,
See, this is what I was talking about,
revealing a wizard
about her
draped in
portal she
mystical
could use.
robes. Surprised yet undeterred, she approaches this magical encounter with curiosity, ready for an adventure that intertwines culture and entrepreneurship. Join her on a journey where the extraordinary meets the entrepreneurial, beyond the vibrant streets of Seoul.
So like why her finishes, that was the one I was talking about, like even like Brie could use like that kind of setting, and it would be a lot more like in depth and look better.
And for me, it has more to do with the color palette and the inference of the architectural elements.
Yeah.
As we look at this, something happened to the sound. When it was
okay, so I
saved.
think I sent it to your email. She sent it in my email, so
Okay.
I just
We've
tried
got
to
it.
share it with you.
Let me check the. And you sent it today?
Yeah, I sent it a few minutes
Okay.
ago. At 2:36.
Oh, great.
Tell us your password, Frank.
Heron Jones races through the city in a rush to get to the grand opening of her sushi bar. A vision of spectacular opulence. Determination etched on her face as she speeds through the city. Then, suddenly, a portal appears, revealing a wizard. Ready to see what the future holds, she approaches this magical encounter with curiosity. Join Heron on this exciting new journey.
Cool. So right off the bat, it's a lot better than the first one because I like how you didn't have that inset of like that smaller picture and then the bigger picture behind it. It just looked a lot smoother. And also, it's really good that you did the opening shot too and all. But yeah.
Yeah, the opening shot, I thought added a lot to it.
Yeah.
I love the portal in the middle of the street.
Same. Yeah.
How did you get those shots? These were beautiful.
Yeah, the portal one and the one of like her with the wizard were really good.
Thank you. I used Bing AI Image Creator. It's like Microsoft Bing.
Yeah. It's also called Copilot. That one is.
You have me begging for more. You know, it's just so rich, and man, I just it's not a minute, is it? It's what is it?
It's like
45 seconds.
So I'm begging for more, and I think a lot of it is very clever, from your opening sequence to what you're doing and your graphics and the things you're putting in here. You've gone from here to here, and then I think you can go again to here. What is going on? Why aren't you? I mean, is it time? Is it lack of?
Really, I really don't know what else I could put in the video. I don't know. That's really it.
Really?
Yeah. Like I don't know. Maybe I'm just having like a creative block or something.
The sushi bar thing, does she own that or does she work there?
She owns it. It's the grand opening.
Okay, so it'd be cool to even show her a shot of her working in her own place, like like her like walking around her stuff, like telling the servers what to do, something like that, to show that she owns that space and she's not just there, and it's not just a random like factory or anything like that.
Okay.
But yeah,
I kind of like the idea of sort of mixing cultures. I mean, here she is as a person of color who's in a very Asian, very close, tight society, and she's the owner of this place, and she's got her hat on, and there's so much that she could do to change that culture. I'm thinking about, are you familiar with I forget, there's a name for it, but to give an example, like in Japan, a lot of the younger generations will appropriate Black culture, rap and fashion, and and sort of adopt it for themselves. And it's that kind of influence that I would just make it. And what's really interesting about, a place like Japan is that the lighter skin you are, the darker skin you are, the more on the out you are with them. And so I love this idea of these cultures that are just sort of embracing each other. And she is just, she's bad. I mean, she's just like changing things, and it's great. You're sitting on a gold mine here. I think it's okay to let loose and go, okay, the next part is she's just gonna go and, I don't know, give me something, do something.
Well, in her original idea, they are a part like a biker gang, right? And they all are their own cuisine type. Yeah. So she could even like employ some of that, like the biker gang aspect into it, and show more of that, and yeah.
Rachel, are you gonna say something? Looks like
No, I just like it. It's cool. I love the idea of a biker gang.
Yeah.
Maybe if you set up to like what her purpose is with the wizard, you know what I mean? Like, cause the wizard appears.
I see what you're saying.
Left up to interpretation because I don't know nothing about what the wizard is supposed to be doing. That's their part. So like, the wizard's gonna take her through the portal and then give her something to do.
I think we just, for the main problem I think we're having is that like we don't have enough information about her to basically assume what happens when she meets the wizard. So we have more information about her, the viewer can assume things, and they'll feel like it's not as just left off of a cliffhanger and all. So yeah. But I would say like involve the biker gang, involve how she owns the restaurant. You can really highlight the way she's the chief of the biker gang, stuff like that and all. So yeah.
Don't be so literal with yourself. As a matter of fact, approach this and don't give a crap.
Yep.
I mean, be so incredibly out there with it. It's AI. It'll generate it for you. And if it doesn't, you're going to get something that you didn't expect. But the whole point behind this is to be able to see, to help you grow out of your comfort zone. Okay?
All right, we got 2 more. And we're out of time technically, but can y'all hang on just a little bit longer?
I too need to go. I'm so sorry. Is that okay?
Yeah, you're good.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say, we're anytime it's overtime, it's up to your discretion. If you gotta go, you gotta go. Yeah, I know you're good.
In the enchanting realm of Candyland, where licorice forests and gumdrop mountains abound, a vibrant candy fairy named Rosalind discovers a mysterious portal disrupting the sugary tranquility. Armed with her trusty lollipop sword, Rosalind steps through the portal and finds herself in a world of magic and wonder. There, she encounters a wizard draped in shimmering robes. Despite initial surprise, Rosalind's curiosity forges an unexpected alliance with the wizard.
Okay.
In the enchanting realm of Candyland, where licorice forests and gumdrop mountains abound, a vibrant candy fairy named Rosalind discovers a mysterious portal. Armed with her trusty lollipop sword, Rosalind steps through the portal and finds herself in a world of magic and wonder. There, she encounters a wizard draped in shimmering robes. Despite initial surprise, Rosalind's curiosity forges an unexpected alliance with the wizard. Together, they embark on a quest to unravel the secrets of the portal, navigating through arcane pursuits and mysteries that intertwine the sweet wonders of Candyland with the enchanting unknown. As they navigate through a world where candy-coated wonders meet enchanting mysteries, the adventure unfolds, revealing the sweet and magical bonds that transcend the realms of Candyland and the mystical unknown.
So we were going to tell you to fix the hat, but I'm not going to lie, when we first saw that, I loved it. I was like,
I couldn't figure it out.
Yeah.
I could not get it to put a hat on him. It would make him like peep hair.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
he just would not put a hat on him.
So let me say how it is.
That was the only one.
Yeah, go ahead.
That was like the only clip I could not get it to work. So I was just like, I'm just looking at how it works.
I would say try to do it, but I would say even if you can't get to do it, take that sticker off of it, the little hat sticker that you put on there and all, because it stays like static, and even when he moves, it's like this and all.
I
So
know,
yeah.
I was trying to see, because you know on like Snapchat and stuff, you can get it to like move.
Yeah.
It won't do
I mean, honestly, props to you for like trying a new way to do it, and also that's awesome. But everything else is a lot better than the first one. The sense of your portal looks awesome. It looks like it fits better. Like the story fits together better. But yeah, do you have anything? Or?
I love the water scene. As a matter of fact, I could see that a lot more. The closing part. I didn't understand the cut where there's that little character with the hat. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
How does that fit into this?
I think it was
In the
just like a
enchanting
cartoon
realm,
version
in the
of, like,
enchanting realm of Candyland, they embark on unexplored pursuits.
You talking about that one?
Yeah, that I really, it threw me off.
And that's a
As a
beautiful
matter of fact,
image.
I
Yeah.
think you tend to go in and out of like candy, and then after you go into these kinds of landscapes, if the color palette could still be pushed a little bit more to the saturated, I think you're fine. The only thing I didn't understand, this is beautiful. This is just amazing. And along with the last shot of the stream, I mean, the landscape of that is just phenomenal, and it feels very much in tune with what you're doing here.
But maybe earlier.
You could bookend it,
Yeah.
do another kind of water scene or waterfall, and then if you go into your story, and then if you end with that, because that's just beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And it has everything to do with the color palette.
I couldn't find your first one. All that.
World cloaked in secrets, meet our daring protagonist, a teal-skinned assassin with black hair and red highlights. Silently navigating the museum's guarded halls, she's on a mission to steal a legendary emerald candlestick. The twist of fate awaits. A mysterious portal materializes, beckoning her into a surreal realm. On the other side, she encounters a wise wizard with a teal-studded staff, revealing a shared destiny. The wizard explains the importance of the stolen artifact and unveils a grand quest that binds their fates. Initially wary, our protagonist soon realizes her skills as an assassin are crucial in this magical journey. A partnership forged in shadows and magic propels her into a new chapter of adventure and mystique. Get ready for a thrill, a tale of intrigue and larceny beneath the veil of the night.
So what was the main difference between your first video and this one?
I tried to, I made the music lower,
Okay.
and then I tried to space out the narration, because I didn't want it to like start weird, so I did like a fade in, but then it's like they're all faded in, so now it kind of feels like in.
Yeah.
Or in, and yes, I have to fix that.
I would say if anything, just don't worry about the fade in. Do the fade in and fade out only at the beginning and the end, and that's only 2 spots. Other than that, just let it. And like I ran into that problem too. So in the fact of like switching from one scene to the next, and it like abruptly being like they went to the museum and now they stole and all or something like that. Basically, if you add a little bit of space between there of another scene and then like pull out that narration a little further, it'll be probably a smoother transition into it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I found you could add periods, the dot.
Yeah.
And it adds space.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was trying to stretch out the narration and having pause a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And I was able to put in periods.
Mm-hmm.
And it does, it stretches it out.
And that makes sense too, because even grammatically, a period, when you're reading, a period's supposed to represent, hey, take a breath and then keep reading. So if you ever want that, like he's saying, that pause, just remember that. You need to take a breath and then, so any kind of periods. If you put like 5 periods in there, it'll be a longer pause. If you put 1 period, it'll be a shorter pause and stuff like that. Yeah.
I think if you crank up the narrative just a little bit more, so it has a little bit more command. I love your landscapes. I think they're beautiful.
Yeah.
I think they're stunning. It's very cinematic, and I felt like the narration was just a little bit too monotone. If we could just pump it up a little bit more, and Frank is actually hitting the up button, and so when that happens, that's an indication like we need much more power in that narration.
Yeah, I might just have to change the voice.
Yeah.
I would think about, yeah.
I think even in Runway, I think there is a